Hello, everybody. We are Duke's children, and we are going to talk about object-oriented programming in Python.
Po in Python. Python class mechanics adds class to the language with minimal new syntax and semantics. As is true for modules, class in Python do not put an absolute barrier between definition and user, but rather really an user codes not to force definition. Some, some peculiarities of Po in Python are the following. Everything is an object, including type and class. It allows multiple inherency. Attributes can be directly modified, allows operator overload, it allows the creation of new types of data.
A class is a string of templates in which the default attributes and methods hold an object type of defined. As we have several classes defined as animal, aquatic animal, griffins, almond, and others. Method. It is algorithm associated with an object or a class of objects whose execution is triggered after the receipt of mentioned attributes. Is characteristic of the class. As we can see, we have different attributes for the animal: class, shoes, ID, name, age, gender, in order.
Inheritance. Inheritance is the capability of one class to derive or inherit the properties from another class. It provides reusability of a code. We don't have to write the same code again and again. Also, it allows us to add more features to a class without modifying it. For example, in this small project, we implement that uh, with the land animal that inherits from animal.
Abstraction. Python typically doesn't support abstract classes, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. Starting with version 2.6, Python brings the ABC abstract base classes module according to pip 3119, which managed to emulate the abstraction of classes using Python metaclasses and decorators. Interface. Interfaces are not necessary in Python. This is because Python has proper multiple inheritance and also duck typing, which means that the place where you must have interface in Java, you don't have to have them in Python. That said, there are still several uses for interfaces. Some of them are covered by Python abstract-based classes, introduced in Python 2.6. They are useful if you want to make base classes that cannot be installed but provide a specified interface of part of an implementation.
Encapsulation is the hidden of attributed or method data. More specifically, protect it so that in the can only be chain be defined operation. This association is, for example, that we will not be able the modification and attributes. In it is neutron a method that we have create specification for in and here is where their false getter setter delayed. In Python, private properties and methods do not exist, so they are using overrated. That is to say that this is reality about developers' decision to use it, but is not mandatory because, as we cite in the Python language, private don't don't exist. Protected attributes in Python. As you see, the key attribute is preceded by an underscore, which indicates that is protected attribute. This state that in the can only be accessed by that class and the subclass, thus that erasing from the parent class. Private attributes in Python. In the case of private attribute, we are indication that it can only be accessed or modified if the class procedure be underscore forward. Be the attribute precise via double underscore is specific.
Polymorphisms. Different behaviors associated with different objects can share the same name. Calling them by that name will use the behavior corresponding to the object being used. For example, in our small project, we use the make sound method, but it's different for every kind of animal. For example, lion makes a different sound than the dolphin. And we can see here the output of this project. Thank you.
What we have done here is to create the system of a very simple zoo. Focusing on programming, the parent class is animal, which we see has its respective getters, setters, and deleters because it has been declared private. So we create two more subclass, which are aquatic animals and land animals, which inherit from animal. And these are declared at abstract classes using the ABC library and creating their abstract methods with the abstract method decorator. To finish, we create several Docker classes for each subclass using the concept of overwriting the methods. Thanks.